I have 5 children. I have a wonderful husband, Abdel Nasser, who's also in the field of education, which makes life so much easier because we both bounce ideas from one another. I'm from New York originally, so I studied at the State University of Buffalo, and I earned a Bachelor's of Science in English and a minor in Creative Studies. My father and mother supported me 100%, and I love them dearly, and I owe them the world because they always set the bar high for me. I moved to Michigan and worked in getting my master's at the University of Michigan. I'm currently in the doctoral program at the University of Michigan. My first job was in Dearborn Public Schools, and I was an EL teacher. I was in a middle school at Stout Middle School, and I worked and did a lot of work with English learners. The students that I had were from Lebanon, from Yemen, from Iraq. I enjoyed everything about it. I remember driving home and saying, I can't believe I get paid to do this. It was just a wonderful learning opportunity. I always told my students that I learned from them just as much as they learned from me. It taught me that as a strategic person, this is what I love to do. This is my passion. And I always brought a plant, and the plant was similar to this. And I would use that plant to symbolize the growth that they would do. And I told them, you can't see. You're not going to be able to see the growth. But when you look at this plant, it will symbolize the growth you will do. So at the end of the year, they will see it all flourishing. And we would have our post-assessments. And they were able to write. They were able to read. And they knew that they had learned a lot and they had grown. The needs of Hamtramck appeal to me. Number one, with the high immigrant population. I'm excited to be here as the EL student population grows. The needs are growing. We're looking to expand the services. I believe that we should not limit ourselves in an organization from a K-12 perspective, but look at it from the home, from birth to the workforce. I love that aha moment that a child gets when they realize, oh, okay, so you understand the letter, you understand the sounds, you understand sounds make words, you understand how to read. It just was a very empowering thing for me. I feel that I am a symbol of strong, educated women. I feel that I represent my community very well. I want people to see me and understand that a person can hold on to their religion. They can wear the hijab and still be highly intelligent. I always say one of the beautiful things about wearing a hijab is it forces people to see me for who I am and see me for my intellect and not my feminine attributes. Today we have a hands-on experience. It's a workshop where we have the vendor actually come to the district and share with the teachers how to use the program that we would like to implement. The program that we'd like to implement was very successful when we piloted it during the summer school last year. And this year is going to be our second year running the Newcomers Summer Academic Program. And it's a 6-week program, Mondays through Thursdays, from 8:30 to 1 o'clock. And the goal is to give our newcomer students that have been in America for less than 1 year, to give them a little bit of an advantage before they start the next academic year. We're looking at giving them the foundational skills in literacy, some numeracy. One of the goals for today was to make sure that the teachers have and understand how to utilize the program. A program in itself is not going to do justice if they don't know how to implement it and how to use it with fidelity. Again, remember, our newcomer students have newcomer parents who are new to the country. So they too need to understand what is the expectation that we have in the American education system. And I make that clear with them. It's been translated in all of the languages, And in addition, when I need to have a face-to-face conversation, I share that, and they've been very receptive, and they work hard to make sure students are present. There are actually 2 parent programs. The first is Family Literacy Program. This happens after school. And the idea behind the Family Literacy Program is to support parents that want to develop the English language skills. And while we have a child care component to help them with their children after school. And then we have a packed time where it's parent and child time, and the parent gets to use literacy skills with their child, because our ultimate goal is to have parents be engaged in their child's learning. How do we expect the parents to understand our expectation if they're not in our schools? They're not coming to parent functions and stuff. So this is the goal of this program, is to bring them to school, have them gain the life skills, whether it's parent, whether it's survival skills, to bring people to them from the community. I'm working with the firefighters so that firefighters can come and present to them and give them strategies on making sure that their homes are safe. I'm working with the police chief, and we've done this last year, where the police chief came, met with parents, and just talked about summer safety. Why is it important that children wear a helmet? Jaywalking was one of the issues that we mentioned last year, and that was an issue that I presented to the police chief, and she shared it with the families. Have the parents have a field trip, a day where there's a field trip, and they will tour all of the schools, because they have children in different schools, and we want them to see how each school is and meet the principals, because a lot of them are intimidated to be in the school.
Mrs. Ahmed is doing an outstanding job. She created the programs from nothing. She has parent involvement, student involvement, programs with Henry Ford Community College for engineering, you name it. The school district of the city of Hamtramck is in great hands with Jaleelah Ahmed as the EL director.
I think at the end of the day, people having a purpose and being a part of society and contributing is our ultimate goal. And I would say, and I'm saying this because one of the parents and her story made me reflect on this a lot. But we had most recently a parent who started to come for these programs and be involved in the programs, and she said she had a sigh and said, I feel healthy, I feel happy, I feel good when I'm here. When I'm at home, I'm depressed, I'm not happy. Something about being in school, being here, brings me happiness. And that's important. And education makes a person, a good person, even better.